Greek techniques that actually work today. When you think about ancient Greece, you probably think about marble statues, philosophers in robes, and ideas that belong in history books. Not something you'd use in real life. But here's the strange part. Some of the most practical mental techniques ever created came from people who lived over 2,000 years ago. Techniques so effective they're still being used today, just under different names. And in this video, I'm going to break down one of the most powerful Greek techniques ever created, where it came from, and how you can use it immediately to think more clearly than most people around you. It starts with a man named Socrates, a man who didn't write books, didn't build anything, didn't claim to be the smartest person in the room, but somehow, he could walk into any conversation and completely dismantle the other person's thinking without raising his voice. People would enter confident and leave questioning everything they believed, not because he argued better, but because he used a method. He would ask questions, simple ones, but in a very specific way. If someone made a claim, he wouldn't attack it. He would just ask, why? And then after the answer, why do you believe that? And then again, how do you know that's true? One question at a time. Calm, patient, precise, until eventually, the person would hit a point where they couldn't answer anymore. And that's when they realized something uncomfortable. They didn't actually know what they thought they knew. This became known as the Socratic method, and it's still used today by lawyers, psychologists, and some of the most effective thinkers in the world. But here's what most people miss. This method isn't for winning arguments. It's for seeing clearly, because most people don't think, they repeat. They inherit opinions. They absorb ideas from social media, friends, culture, and never question them. So their confidence isn't built on truth. It's built on assumption. And I didn't realize how powerful this was until a simple moment. I was in a conversation with someone who was very confident about something. They were speaking fast, certain, almost aggressive. And normally, I would either agree or try to argue back. But instead, I just asked one question. Why do you think that's true? They answered. So I asked another. What makes that a reliable source? Then another. Have you seen evidence of that yourself? And something shifted. Their tone slowed down. Their certainty dropped. Not because I proved them wrong, but because they started realizing they hadn't fully thought it through. And the interesting part is, the same thing started happening in my own head. I began questioning my own beliefs the same way, and that's when it clicked. The real power of this Greek technique isn't controlling other people. It's removing illusion from your own thinking, because the moment you start questioning your own assumptions, you become harder to influence, harder to manipulate, harder to confuse. Most people are confident, very few people are clear, and those are not the same thing. So here's how you actually use this. The next time you have a strong opinion about something, pause and ask yourself, why do I believe this? Then take your answer and question that. Then again, keep going until you hit a point where you're not sure anymore. That point, that's where real thinking begins, because just like 2,000 years ago, the person asking better questions is the one who sees what others don't. And once you see clearly, you start moving differently, thinking differently, and eventually living differently.